happy Monday. I am so glad to be sending you this video today. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful and blessed Easter and that you took out your alleluias, because we're happy to say that word again because Jesus has risen and we are so happy. So I hope you had a wonderful Easter. I hope you had a nice break at home with your families. I really wish we were in school together, but I'm still so happy that I'm making this to you, and I will get to talk to you guys later. So we always start our day with our phonics, right? So I have a new letter sound that I'm going to introduce to you in a little bit, but I just want to remind ourselves of the things we know. Just a little refresher, a little review. So we know in the alphabet, right, we have our vowels and our consonants. Our vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Sorry guys, this marker doesn't work great. And some of the consonants are letters like what? B, D, C, K, L, M, N, P, Z, right? I'll just write a few here. G, H, N. And with these vowels and with these consonants, there are so many things that you guys know as first graders, right? One of the first things we know is that consonants and vowels together can make words, right? Make one syllable words with those short vowel sounds. We also have learned about letter blends, right? When we take two consonants and they still make their sounds, but they work and blend together. Like a word like this. P, A, N, D, Nd, Nd. That N and the D, they blend and work together. You guys know I love how the word blend has two blends in it, right? It has a beginning blend, bl, bl, B-L, bl, short E, nd, blend. So we know all about blends, right? We also know that when two letters come together, sometimes they make one sound. And that's not a blend. That's a digraph, right? Like all those H brothers, like Charlie, or like Theo, who always walks around with his thumbs up because he thinks he's a good boy, right? With Theo, T-H, Charlie, C-H. We have Phil, who likes to talk on the phone and practice his phonics, P-H, right? There's whistling, wit, W-H. Those H brothers are silly, right? So we know our digraphs, we know our blends, we know our vowels, and what we've been working on lately is that vowels can work in teams, right? Do you remember we worked with first of all, we know that when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking, right? When we did that, when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. And we practiced in words like this. So let me give you a blend, pl, A-Y. That Y is acting like a vowel. It's working as a vowel team. Pl, A, right? Pl, A. And we see that Y acting as a vowel when it's at the end of the word, right? Pl, A. Same here. D, A. And we know when we hear that long A and it's in the middle of a word, it could be magic E, like R, A, S, magic E. Or it could be another vowel team, R, A, N, A-I. That's one of our other vowel teams. Now I know it's so hard to know which one to write, but these help us know how to read the vowel teams, right? We know that magic E is going to make A say the same. We know when we say A-I together, it's going to say A. It's going to make that long sound. So we know about long A. We also remember long E. Remember we read about a team of fish. T, E, M. When two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. E, T, E, M. All those letters say their sounds, right? And we also know that EE can work together, two E's, like the word keep. K, k, k. E, p, k, E, p. So EE, another vowel team. Now, we also did the long O sound, right? Remember we said O can make sounds like this. A blend, we got a blend here. Sn. Oh, snow. And we had those snowflakes on our beautiful chart. Remember, O could be like T. O, O-E, another vowel team, right? O is going to say its name. It comes first. So we see T, O. And we also know that O can be a long O with the magic E. Like N, O, Z. Nose, nose. E is making O say its name. And we also know that O, when it's teamed up with the vowel A, it will say O, right? Like that word boat. B. O. T. B. O. T. T. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I think, we were doing that long I sound. Remember I read to you guys fly guy, and we read some other stories, and there was a few different ways that the long I could say its sound. Long I could be on its own, right? Like in the words like k, I, d, kind. When it's teamed up with IGH, remember that tricky one? Like light, l, I. Yeah, that was a tricky one. Now, it could also do it teamed up with the letter E, right? Vowel teams. P, I, pie. Now, there was one more way to get that long I sound. And guess what? It wasn't with the letter I. Do you remember what it was? That's right. The letter Y. He is a bandit. You know what a bandit is? Bandit is like a robber. He goes around and he steals things. Now, we already did this with the letter Y for the sound I, right? That letter Y, he stole the sound of I, and he made it say I, right? He acts like the letter I in the word I, or fly, right? We read fly guy, fly, or at night, I see the moon up in the sky. So that Y likes to steal the long sound of I, which we already know. But guess what? That bandit Y also likes to steal another vowel sound. And he steals the long I sound. I shouldn't erase these. When he is found in one syllable words. Now remember our one syllable sky. Let's say it together. Sky. We have fly. We have by. We have my. Right? So those are all one syllable words. And the Y steals that long I sound almost always when it's in a one syllable word. Also, if he is at the end of an open syllable, right? So when you're reading and you see that it's a short word, if you can sound it out and see that it looks like it might be a one syllable word, then we know that Y is probably going to say the long I sound. And we know our reading strategy, Flippy the Dolphin, that I can try reading it, and if it doesn't make sense, then I will switch it to the other sound. So guess what that other sound is? So let me update over here. We have the letter Y in one syllable words. He says I, but guess what? In two syllable words, get this over here, in two syllable words, guess what letter he steals? What sound he steals? He says the sound E. He says the long E. Absolutely. That's right. Like how about mommy, daddy, puppy, kitty, party. All of those 2-syllable words. Guess what? They don't end in an E. They end in a Y. And that Bandit Y stole the E sound. So that's what our phonics focus is going to be this week. Now, Y will not only say E at the end of a 2-syllable word. He also teams up with E, right? So we're also going to see words like this. So if you see a consonant and then EY, those together are going to say E. And how I want you to remember that is just think of it as 2 vowels go walking. The first one does the talking. And E is going to be there with our Y. The Y is almost, think of it as the Y is trying to steal the E sound, but E is still there. Okay? So, I'm going to put up some words here, and we're going to read them. And later this week, you're going to read them to me. Okay. Get my handy dandy pointer here. Okay. Study, really, baby, happy, kitty, puppy, key, city, fussy, Mickey, baggy, buggy, puppy. The baby is very fussy. Betty went to the muddy pond. So a lot of these 2-syllable words, right? Because our focus this week is when Y is in 2-syllable words, he says what sound? He says the E. So let's read it again and pay close attention. Ready? First word. Study. St-a-d. Really. I'm going to look at this first. I'm going to see E-A, and I know that E is going to say its name, that vowel team. Really. Really. Baby. Now, why does A say its long sound? That's because it's 2 syllables. The first syllable is B-A. B-A. And when vowels are at the end of an open syllable, they are very often a long vowel sound. B-A-B. Baby. Again. Happy. Happy. Kitty. 2 syllables. Kitty. Puppy. Now over here, we see the Y with its friend E. So we know it looks different, but it's still going to say the E sound. So first let's sound out the consonant. K, E. Key. Key. Our next word, city. Now that's that letter C. Who remembers what the rule? Why is C making the S sound? The C is soft when I, E, or Y come after. Absolutely. And we see that letter I, so we know it's city. City. You got it. Fussy. Mickey. Let's look at this word Mickey. What's something I can notice about it? Mickey. Well, the first thing I'm going to notice is that the M here is capital. Why do words start with a capital letter? Mickey. Words start with a capital letter when they are proper nouns. What could Mickey be that makes it a proper noun? A name. That's right. Your name is a proper noun. It's who you are. You are a person. Baggy. Buggy. Puppy. The baby is very fussy. Betty went to the muddy pond. Okay, guys. Thanks for listening to me read with that. I I hope you are reading out loud with me the second time. You're going to practice and read this out loud to me later in the week here. So I know you're going to master that Bandit Y and how he makes that E sound. So let me tell you guys what your spelling words are this week that make that E sound. So our first spelling word for the week is our Y with the letter E. K. E. Key is your first spelling word this week. K. E. Like Miss Egan needs a key to get into school. I need to use my key to unlock the door. Key, key, key. Okay, our next word. B. E. Bump. Bump. E. Now it's not an E, it's our Bandit Y. B. E. We have a blend there, right? B-P. We were driving down the road and it was a little bumpy when Mr. Egan hit some potholes. Bumpy. Bumpy. Maybe I'm at the pond and I feel some bumpy rocks. Bumpy. Okay. Our next word is P-E. Puppy. P-U-P-P-Y. P-E. Again, our Y is stealing the sound of E. Puppy. My dog Opie is no longer a puppy. He is 4 years old. But 4 years ago, he was a puppy. And I miss him being a puppy. All right, our next spelling word. Funny. 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 I miss seeing you guys laugh. It is so funny when we are together. Funny. All right. Our next word. Penny. A penny is worth 1 cent. Penny. P-E-N-N-Y. That Y is making the long E sound. He's stealing that E sound in 2-syllable words. Penny. All right, one more for that long E sound. Ready? Put it up here so you can see it. Sandy. Sandy. S-and-D. Sandy. When I go to the beach, my feet get all sandy. Sandy. All right, guys, so those are your spelling words for the week. Key, bumpy, puppy, funny, penny, sandy. Now I'd like to show you your sight words for the week before I read you a story. Okay. Okay, one more. All right. Okay, guys. Okay. Our first sight word for the week is the word found. Found. The word is found. The dog found a bone. The word found is spelled F-O-U-N-D. Just like this. Ready? F-O-U-N-D. So F says its usual sound. Ow. O-U here comes together. And it says a sound. We didn't learn this yet, right? This is a diphthong that we didn't learn yet. So I have to remember this part by heart. So this normal part. Ow. I have to remember by heart. And. F. ow, and. That's an end blend that I know. It does exactly the rules that I expect. Found. F-O-U-N-D. Found. Let's write it in the air. F-O-U-N-D. The dog is burying a bone. He found the bone, and now he wants to hide it. Found. I bet on Easter morning you found all of your Easter eggs. Found. Found, found, found. Okay. That's our first sight word. We can check it off. Our next word is the word hard. Hard. This is the word hard. The horses are working hard. You guys are working hard. Hard is spelled H-A-R-D. H saying its normal sound. A and R, which we are actually going to be learning next week, all about that letter combination, that controlling R, which I know Miss Sweeney talked to you guys about, but that was so long ago, so it's okay. We're going to be talking about it next week, so this is just kind of like a little preview. That A-R sound says R, R, R. So, R, D, D. I have to remember that part by heart because Miss Egan and I will do that with you guys next week. But for right now, I have to remember that that's going to say R. So, R, D. Hard. Let's write it in the air. H, A, R, D. The horses in the picture are working hard. They are pulling that plow. That is hard. Being in first grade is really hard. But you guys rock it. Kiss those brains, first graders. Check off another sight word for the week. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Okay. Our next sight word is the word near. Near. This is the word near. The dog is near the trainer. Near. I wish I was near you. Near. N. Ear. Near. Now, N says that's normal sound. N. N. Now, E-A-R is actually a trigraph that we might get to by the end of the year, but if not, you guys are going to learn about it in second grade. It's these three letters work together. We know trigraph sounds very similar to digraph, which we know digraph is when two letters come together to make one sound. A trigraph, you guessed it, is when three letters come together to make one sound. So this trigraph says ear. Near. I have to remember that E-A-R says ear, like ear, or I throw a spear, or what's something that you fear? Ear, near, near. Let's write it in the air. N-E-A-R. Look how close the dog is to the trainer. He is right near him. Near. A lot of you guys, we all live near each other, right? Our towns are all very close together. Near. Okay. Our next word is the word woman. Woman. This is the word woman. Say it with me. Woman. The woman walks the dog. Woman is spelled W-O-M-A-N. Woman. Now, the way I like to remember this is kind of silly and doesn't really have to do with reading, but it's just a woman, right? Your mom is a woman. Miss Egan is a woman. Your dad is a man. Guess what word you can find inside the word woman? Man. M-A-N. And you say, woo, my mom's the best, right? Woo, man. I know it's silly, but that's just an easy trick that helps me. Woo, man. But another way for it to help you remember is that W, says its normal sound. O in woman really says woman. That doesn't make its normal sound. So I have to, which is why it's one of our sight words. I have to remember that and I have to learn it by heart. Woman. So the rest of this, they say the sounds that we expect. Woman. The picture shows a woman. She is walking a dog. Woman. Okay. We got our last three words are all start with W. Our next word is the word would. Say the word with me. Would. Would you like to ride a horse? It looks like this girl would like to ride. The word would is spelled W-O-U-L-D. Now, do you remember a while ago with some of our sight word songs, we had a song for the word could? Now, could is spelled almost exactly the same as the word would, which makes sense because they rhyme. Would, could. So the word could is C-O-U-L-D, right? Just a C-O-U-L-D, just C-O-U-L-D. Can you spell could? You really should. It's C-O-U-L-D. Now, would is the same. So I want you to remember that song, the song that we used for the word could, and use that to help you remember the word would. W-O-U-L-D, W-O-U-L-D. Could you spell would? You really should. It's W-O-U-L-D. A little hard to sing, get out, but if you can remember that could is C-O-U-L-D, then you remember could and would rhyme. You just have to change that beginning sound. Would. Let's write it in the air before we move on to our last word. W-O-U-L-D. This child would like to ride the horse. I would like to be back at school in our classroom with my wolf pack. But at least I get to talk to you guys through here. Okay, would. Our last sight word for the week is the word right. Right. This is the word right. She will write what we need. This is a little tricky. This is something we have not seen before. Right. W-R-I-T-E. Now, W can be a silent letter when it works with the letter R. And they come together and make the sound R, R, R. So W doesn't say anything. He works and he lets R do all the working. Now, the way I remember this, all the other letters do their thing, right? R, R, they say R, they say R. I know I is going to say its long vowel sound because that Magic E's going to tell it. R, I, T. So I says its long sound, T says its sound, Magic E doesn't say any sounds, right? So when I talk about right, this isn't my right or my left. This is how authors write words. So I always remember that the W is silent because when I write like this, I write words. And words starts with the letter W. So I remember that if I'm going to write words, that I cannot forget the letter W. Write words. I have to remember that part by heart, but it's easy peasy. Right. Okay, guys, you rocked it. Oh, we had so much fun. We have all these sight words. We have our amazing spelling words for the week. And now I'm ready to read to you a story. So, the story I have for you guys this week is a nonfiction, which means what? Nonfiction is when, that's right, when you get real information or real facts, right? A story that tells us about real people, real places, or a real event. So this story is called From Puppy, we see that Bandit Y saying the E sound, from puppy to guide dog. Now in this story, we're going to see some of our spelling words, some words that end in Y and say the E sound. We will see some of our sight words. And I also want you guys to listen for two other words. All right, let me do this here for a minute. I want you guys to listen for two other words, okay? Our vocabulary words in this story. So the first word is the word clever. If you are clever, you are quick to think of good ideas to solve a problem. Clever. Look at this bird. He is very clever. You guys are very clever. You solve the problems of being first graders, right? You are very clever. So to be clever is to solve a problem and to think of a good idea, right? To think of something quickly, right? To come up with a great way to solve a problem. So clever. We're going to listen for that in our story. Clever. Now, another word we're going to listen to in our story is for the word signal. Signal. Now, a signal is a gesture, an action, or a sound that tells you to do something, right? One type of sound signal might be a fire alarm at school, right? When we hear that, wah, 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 we know our job is to line up quietly and to get out to school as safely as we can all together. A signal that's a gesture would be, right, when Miss Egan tells you guys to do this. You know what that means, right? I don't have to say it with my words. I just go like this. And you guys know that it means to stand up. When we're at school and you guys go like this, you don't have to say anything, right? That's a gesture. You're telling me that you have something to say. You're raising your hand. Another thing, like a sign could be a signal, is if you're in the car with mom and dad and they get to a traffic light and the light turns red, what does that signal mean? It means for them to stop. Absolutely. So those are all different types of signals. So this trainer is giving the dog a signal. The signal is to stay. I know with my dog, with my OB, if I want to give, when I give him commands, sometimes I'll tell him to sit and I do a signal and I say stay, and I'll point to the ground when I want him to lay down. So our story that we're about to read, From Puppy to Guide Dog, we're going to hear about how some dogs are really clever and maybe some of the signals that they use. So, from puppy to guide dog. Most dogs are pets, but some dogs help people. What is the key to making a dog a good helping dog? Ooh, I don't know. Let's find out. A buddy, ooh, Bandit, to be. Mickey is a cute and clever puppy. He runs, jumps, and plays. One day, when he grows up a bit, Mickey will be a helping dog. He will be a daily buddy to a person who cannot see. Helping dogs are called guide dogs. To be a guide dog, a puppy must be bright. It cannot be lazy or fussy. Lots of Y's at the end of these words. The puppy will need to learn many skills. A new home is found for the puppy when it is 8 weeks old. Guide dogs can be big or tiny. Over here it says fact, right? When we read nonfiction stories, they are filled with facts or information to tell us more. Most guide dogs are Labrador retrievers. They are very intelligent and easy to train. A family of trainers. A puppy, like Mickey, stays with a family for at least 1 year. The family plays with it and feeds it. They help the puppy stay healthy and teach the puppy a lot. Each puppy has checkups at the vet. Fact: 10,000 people in the U.S. and Canada use guide dogs.
Wow, that's so many. Each puppy learns how to act nicely with people and with other animals. The family gets the dog used to a lot of tasks and settings. Puppies may visit many kinds of places in the city. They go to homes and shops. Every dog must be trained by itself. This dog watches its favorite team. Eyes and ears. There's our trigraph there, ear. Some dogs are trained to help people who cannot hear. If the dog hears a bell ringing or a yell, it would lightly tug or poke the person with its nose. A dog can be taught to alert its owner to sounds. Fact: guide dogs should not be bothered while working because they have to pay attention, right? They have to let whoever they're guiding know about everything. So if you ever see a guide dog, they're not usually ones that you can play with and pet. Ready to guide. Training a puppy for a year is not an easy job. Owners may call or write to thank the family that raised their puppy. Training a guide dog helps a lot of people. That is so special. What is one way you can think of that a guide dog getting trained helps people? A guide dog could help someone that can't see, right? Have you ever seen seeing eye dogs? You remember when the doggies came to our school last year and we got to meet them? Those were seeing eye dogs and they got to help. And sometimes guide dogs can be ones that are go to the hospitals and make other kids feel good. And sometimes guide dogs help for people that can't hear well. If you were in your home and you couldn't hear and your fire alarm went off, you maybe wouldn't hear it, right? So the dog might alert the person by giving them a signal so that they would know. All right, guys, thanks for working hard. I'm so proud of you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.